guys, Shrunk Zebra 166 here, and today I'm going to do a wee tutorial on how to make a sawmill setup with the cutter embedded into the sawmill really, because you can't place it there, and I'm going to show you how to do it. And that way it can you can cut your logs and mill them all at the same time. You don't need to cut small logs to fit the length, you know, in between here and here. And you can still use any size there, doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna show you how to do this today and how to get everything placed right and where you need to place it. And this trick also can be used to make a modded sawmill. Okay, but what you're going to need, obviously, a couple of wires. You don't really need these, but it does help. 4 conveyors. I would probably go 4 minimum. You can either have 1 or 2 of these chop saws. You'll need a hatch and a switch. You could hook it up to an automatic, you know, like a laser or something, but honestly I don't like using lasers. I've done it before on my Logzilla, and it worked well, but it had glitches. When it stopped, and it stopped in the wrong time. So, and we've got the 1x1 cutter there that I did for the tutorial. I would probably exchange this block here for an angled conveyor. But anyway guys, I'll show you how to set this up and how to get into it. Now I use the Sawmax 02, not the very big one, because I think it's just a waste of money. I mean, you could buy probably 3 of these for the price of one of those big ones, and if you had 2 of them you could mod them together and it would produce a bigger log than that could take anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I still prefer this Sawmax 02, so this is what we're going to do. So you want to place this where you want it. So I'm just going to place it. I'm going to place it hard up against this conveyor, but if you don't have a conveyor, I suggest you put a conveyor system on the end of it, and that will help with the so it doesn't block up. So I am going to place that let me see, about there. Okay, it's one over too far. Just remove that. Replace that. Change my view. Okay. Yeah, that wee gap won't matter anyway. Because you don't really need to have that there. So what you want to do is you want to place this down. Okay, and then now I haven't placed, because I'm so close to this edge, I'm not going to be able to put the other chop saw on this side I'm picking, because you need at least that much room there. But I'll move this over and I'll just show you guys. Okay, this will work. I think it might get stuck on that end piece, but we'll just move these out of the way. Okay guys, right, here we go. I'll move this down. I want to put this back here a wee bit. Okay, so you don't need two of these. You can do it with just one, like this one. This one still works well with the big logs. Not so good if you got a little log and it's way over the side, because it won't reach right over. So you can make it reach right over though. So we've got that placed down, and I'll just go ahead and get these conveyors sorted out as well on this end, so I don't need to do it later. And it also helps because okay, so there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, and we'll just put this one over here too. Okay, too close to the edge, we don't need that one at the moment. We can move the setup later. So what you want to do is you want to get a piece, a floor or a large tile, and you just want to place it so it's about there. So where this line on the comes up to, that's where you want to place it roughly. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely where you want to place it. You want to leave that on there for now, because this will give you the just put these up. Okay, so what you want to do now is you want to stand right about here, real close to it, and then you want to reload your slot. But you want it to, we're on this one, so I'm going to click reload, and I know that I won't be able to reload it right here, so I'm going to quit it and redo it, but I'm not going to move. And this is how you do it, so, by yourself. So this is the time wasting part. So I want to quit that, close that, and then I'll click on load again, and we'll go back to it. Now what we want to do is, because we're going to be standing right beside it, now before your base loads in your money, which you probably won't see from my little icon up there, but before it loads in your money, you want to click on, so there I am there, so you want to click on the Sawmill with your E button while it's, because it'll pop up straight away, and then you just want to press B, and it should disappear if your base hasn't loaded in your money. So I'll show you what you do. So we're going to click this, we're going to go here, and it's right there, so we click on this, check, and press B or move it, check, move. Anywhere on your base will be fine before your money loads in. So as you can see, I moved it anywhere on my base and it's disappeared. Right, and now we've got this here. So what we need to do here, this gives us our placement. Because that's disappeared, but it's still on your file, this is how you place these. So we've got this, we need to turn it around to the way we want it, which is not that way. Okay, so there's one of them, and I want to put it so it's sitting above that, and you want to go so your saw's just out of there, like that. So the saw piece is actually on the side, like that, of the block, and you want to go higher than that, like that, just like this. You can see the other one in the background there, and because that's a single one, it's actually moved in a wee bit further. But so you don't want to go right on dead center, so you sort of want to do this, and you want to go, so that's right at the ground, you want to go just a wee bit higher. Having a wee bit of trouble with this, but there. So you can see how much of a gap between the wood and this piece is, and you can see that it's lined up with the edge of the cutter almost. Okay, and we'll do this one too, and we want to rotate this around, and we want to go on the other side here. We want to make it the same height. We don't want to put it right there though, you've got to space it apart so it's about there. So the blade piece is on the edge of that wood there. Just like that, and that's how we're going to get it to cut into the saw. So as it activates, it comes in to at least half, so they both come in halfway. Okay, so that's all we really need to do with that. Place them, and then we reload our slot again. And that should save. So when we reload, our sawmill will be back there. So I'm not gonna, it doesn't matter what slot you load into now. So I'll load into this one here. Okay. And you can see our sawmill's back. You can see the cutters sitting into it, so when we activate it, that'll almost do one cut. That's why you can get away with using one saw. So after you do this, I'm just going to place these out the back here. 1. Two. We may as well put this one here over there too. Now this will speed up your production a lot. I'll put this one on there too. Just why not, you know? Okay, so there's our setup there, and now you can see where this block is sitting. I'm not sure if I'll be able to put this up against it, but I'm just going to move this now because it's no longer required up there. And I'm going to open this up, and we want to flip this over so that it is sitting like that, and we just want to put that. Okay, so you want to go to the middle there, and then you want to go one back. Just place that there, and then that will shut that off. Okay. So, and because the milled timber actually spawns on this side of that point, it won't stop the wood coming out. But what it will do is stop the long log going right through. So the log will come up to this point and won't go any further until it's chopped. And once it's chopped, it's within that gap. So yeah, as soon as it's chopped, it'll start turning into milled wood. So we'll get our wires, and we'll probably best put this down first. You can put your switch anywhere. Doesn't really matter where it goes. You just need the wrong button. You just need the right thing there for it. So what I usually do is I just put it up here, because it doesn't really matter where it is, but here's convenient because it's, you know, you just walk up to it and you can turn it on. And we just want to go from there. Actually, we could probably just go straight to here. Finish that, and then we use this one. And we'll go straight from here straight to there. Let's see if that turns on. Turns on one of them. Okay. We'll just move that and we'll go straight from there straight to there. Okay, so they're both cutting, and they cut into each other, so there's no gaps there for any wood to not get cut. And I only turn it on when I'm actually got a load of logs. So I'll show you that it does actually work. And just go and get, there's a big tree over there somewhere. There's a big tree just over here, so we'll just walk over here and grab the big log. Oh, what a mess. This is what happens when you offer to clean someone's base up for them. So everybody knows that the trunk of these is too long to go through the sawmill. It's more than the 10 units, but it may be alright for the big sawmill. Okay. So to prove my point, I'll just take this piece here, and I'll just prove that it works. Now, in order to make a modded mill, you would just do the same thing, except you would you'd either put it in the corner, put your sawmill on the corner block of your base over here, or you'd have one of these sitting on the ground, and you line up your edges of the corner of your sawmill onto the edge of that, and you do the same thing where you load in, click on it, move it somewhere, and it disappears before your money loads in, and then you place another sawmill in that exact spot, but make sure they're turned up first to the maximum size, and that's how you make a modded mill solo. Okay, so we've got this. I'm just going to chop this right here, so it'll keep that other long piece intact, and I'll just show you guys that this works. Okay, so I'm just going to turn it on. Show you with this piece here first. Okay, my bad. Rookie mistake. Okay. So that'll load on there. These are all facing the right way. Okay, here we go. It's fairly loud. Okay, so it's stopped on that back piece, it's chopped through, and there we have it. It's just come out. Okay, so I'm just going to put this really long one on, and this is how I used to just do it. You know, you go out, you get a truckload of that wood for building purposes, and you just keep it in long lengths. Now, and this is why you have this flap, because if there's any little tiny pieces of wood that don't mill, they will get stuck in there, and you just have to open this up and release it. But I think this might be too close. But it works. And you can see that it works. Just this flap's probably around the wrong way actually. So you get little bits like this that block it up. So they need to be released every now and then. Which is why you either have the one saw, because you wouldn't really need it for the small pieces of wood. But that's how it works. So I've shown you that it works, and that's how you mod those in there. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and If you want to know any other little tips and tricks, just leave a comment and I'll see if I can put them on a video for you. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.